Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Clem and you are watching Turn to the Stars. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for taking this journey with me every day. I truly appreciate you and I truly appreciate all the new subscriptions and support, and I hope this information helps you on your path. Astrology is truly the map that tells us about the cycles and the patterns and the influences of the planets around us. And right now, as you heard me talk about yesterday, there is a lot of opposition. A lot of planets that are in opposition to each other. And what that means is that this is a time for all of us of coming out. They're going to be experiences that we have universally, each and every one of us. I'm looking at a universal chart, and that's what I'm interpreting. So this is energy that's affecting us all in some way or other. And so it's truly with this new moon that's coming in today about how we relate to that. Libra is the peacemaker. It's an energy of peace. But if there's something out of balance, Libra is going to seek to bring it out. And it's interesting because the ruling planet of this new moon is Venus. Every single zodiac sign has a planet that rules it. And Venus is opposite Neptune. And when Venus is connected with Neptune, there is a sense of unconditional love that we can choose. And the way I look at this is that love is truly trying to find its way with each and every one of us. It's trying to find its way into our hearts. And so we are in this relationship phase, and this energy is growing, because this is an applying aspect that is going to be present with us for the next couple of days. So in the midst of all this chaos, with all these planets, when I look at the balance of the elements in this chart today, Earth is the strongest. So the focus in this chart is strongest on Earth. And the main part of that is the Saturn, Jupiter, and Pluto in Capricorn. That means that the things that are on the surface are changing. The status quo is changing. This has been going on really from a very powerful standpoint all year long, and this is going to be a very intense weekend again. October is a very, very intense month. And what are the things that I can help you with? And I would say that if there's things that you can connect with that help you to understand yourself better, that help you to break things down, analyze them, and see where they fit. I keep hearing and receiving emails from people saying, I'm suffering so bad right now. I'm in a lot of pain. And there's so many people that are in so much pain right now. And there's words that I can offer, there's support that I can offer, but ultimately, with Libra and this new moon, we have to find that peace within ourselves. And so when I say that love wants to find its way with us, I think that's a lot about what this Venus-Neptune opposition is about. Neptune's energy is selflessness, egoless, spiritual. It's about the dream. So I would ask you to sit with this. What is your dream? Ultimately, what is that dream? What is it? What information? Virgo wants information. What information is going to help you to achieve that dream? What information is going to help you to achieve that deep understanding of the suffering that you've been experiencing. And, you know, to connect with that and to walk that path, oppositions are very dynamic because they go right across the chart. And so they either bring us together or they separate us, or, you know, we realize what is the empath inside of each of us that wants to fix it all for everyone else. That's an old pattern. You know, I can say this from a very earthy, practical standpoint, but there's a lot of deep emotion involved in all the experiences that we're having right now. And when I look at this chart, there's only 2 planets in water right now. So we're pretty weak in that space of compassion for each other. And so that's something that we really want to cultivate right now with this Venus opposite Neptune. So there are many, a squirrel just fell out of the tree. There are many resources out there on the web, and I utilize those resources because they're very helpful. This is a part of opposition, connecting with resources that help us to discover, to get clarity, to find out what's healthy. Venus in Virgo wants to figure out health and well-being. It wants to figure out how can I put loving information out there? That's how I'm looking at it. How can I put loving information? How can I add love to the information I'm providing for you? And so, again, relationships are a two-way street. And some of the things that I want to remind you all is that, to maintain our individuality while we're in relationships is a huge topic. Because when we are in a relationship, when we get married or when we're dating someone, it's very easy to lose our individuality. And then we end up suffering, feeling like something's lost. And while Mercury is retrograde in Scorpio, I truly think that it's about us speaking our truth, about us going on that discovery and saying what we've kept buried for so long, talking about that, being honest about it. And that is not an easy thing to do, but I think that with Mercury in Scorpio, we've reached a point where it's, we're in this alchemical process mentally and emotionally, and on this earth, I think there's so much of who's telling us the truth and who isn't. Again, that's a particular influence with Venus in opposition to Neptune. So with that, I would ask, I wanted to put out to you too, if there's something that you want to hear me talk about, or you want me to go into deeply in these astrology YouTube broadcasts, I'd be happy to hear your comments, your suggestions. I'm basically just following along with the cycles of the planets because that's what I do, and that's what I work with everybody, every person I work with on on a monthly or weekly basis. So if there's something you want to hear about, I'd love to hear from you. My email address is Andrea@turntothestars, and my website is turntothestars.com. Thank you for tuning in. Remember, turn to the stars and you'll find your answers there. Have a great day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.